Hi, everybody. It's Sean,
And I'm Victor.
and we had the honor and privilege of interviewing. Well, if you watch Supernatural, you'll know him right off the bat, or Orphan Black, or ever seen the movie The Cube, or pretty much anything in the past 20, 30, almost 30 years. I mean, this man's been around forever, doing almost everything. No other than Julian Richings. And what was your actual impression?
He was a lot. He was a lot of fun. He had a lot of jokes. He was a lot of fun. Take a look. Let us know what you think.
Please leave a comment below, because how else would we know?
It's time to get your geek on. It's 2GeeksTV. With your hosts, Victor and Sean.
Keep on geeking on. Hi, once again, this is SMAC 2GeeksTV at the 2016 Dark Carnival with Julian Richings. Oh, God, man, I've been looking forward to this. I'm hoping the opportunity to talk to you today, and here I am. Awesome.
Hello. Hi. Good to see you.
Now, I've watched a lot of movies that you've been to, as well as TV series such as Supernatural, as well as, in your case, one of my favorites was Ron Turn, The Cube, and so forth. Acquaintance of mine was also an actor in Ron Turn, Ted.
Oh, yeah.
And he told
my brother. He was the middle brother. He was only 6'9". Gary, my eldest brother, was 7'3", and I'm the runt of the family.
And yet somehow you're still taller than me. What does that say about me? Yeah.
Well, not much. That's why you got the hat, right? Next time you have to be taller hat.
I'm actually seriously thinking about that. Yes. There's platforms. Definitely platforms.
Yeah.
So, I'm just going to ask you about some of your experiences on some of the sets and how you actually felt. Good example, let's start off with one that most people would recognize, Supernatural,
Right.
Playing Death in that, working around the cast and crew. What was your feel on the set of that particular show?
Well, to be honest, when I first entered that supernatural world, I didn't know that much about it. I always thought, well, it's a show that a lot of people watch, and I thought it was a mainly female demographic. No idea what was in store for me. I walked on set, immediately a really good place to be. I worked with Jensen in my scene, and like the long scene with the pizza eating, and I went, wow, this guy's good. Like, he's not just an interesting presence, but he's a good actor. And we hit it off, and from then on, I made a few appearances. I haven't been in it a lot, but I come back at pivotal points in the show. And so I've built up a rapport with the show and with the fan base that I value really highly. And it's introduced me really to cons all over North America and Europe.
Now, for those who basically have been switching gears for some of these newer shows that are out like right now, like Orphan Black.
Right.
You have made a few appearances on Orphan Black. How is the feel for moving something on the lines of the Supernatural and how they run and produce things to something on the lines of Orphan Black?
Orphan Black's a different thing. I'm very proud of Orphan Black because it's shot in Toronto. Toronto is a mature city that is confident about what it is. It's not trying to hide the CN Tower or show out the CN Tower and a maple leaf. It's what it is. So I think it shows that our industry has grown and matured, and we're comfortable about who we are in Canada. But on top of that, the showrunners, Graham Manson and John Fawcett, are guys that I first worked with at the Canadian Film Centre. I did their first movies. Graham Manson wrote Cube. John Fawcett did a show called Half Nelson, and then went on to do Ginger Snaps and a whole bunch of stuff. They've had marvelous careers individually, but then they came back, and instead of going to LA and doing a whole bunch of stuff, they came back to Toronto and created this incredible show. And one day John said, oh, I got this part. Do you want to come along and be part of this show? And I said, sure. And I thought it was just a little filler, and then it started to repeat and to grow, just like the show does, and like real creative artists. they were just rocking and rolling as the thing went along, and I'm just really proud to be a small part of that.
Well, I've been noticing that, Canadian television itself is producing a lot better shows than they were before. And I've been noticing that it's actually more in the past 10 years than anything else.
Yeah.
Because if you ask me anything with like 10 years prior to that, I probably wouldn't be able to list you one name.
Right.
Versus now we have quite a few that's almost mainstreaming in the States, just as hard as it is here in Canada. Now, you mentioned the Cube in that, and that was a very interesting movie, actually, nonetheless. How did you did you have a lot of fun on the set of the Cube?
Cube was great. I mean, it was groundbreaking. The opening sequence where I do get cubed was a sort of a digital. Well, it was pre-digital, so it was old school special effects, and involved body casts and intimate work with a special effects group called Caligari, and it was just great. I love doing creature stuff, where I'm working hand in hand with a special effects team, because I think the whole idea of an actor working with technicians is a really healthy thing, and it creates sets where there's not big egos, where we're all telling the same story and we're making the gag work. And that, for me, really happens in Cube, where those opening 5 minutes of the movie really sell the entire movie.
I agree fully. Now, we've seen you in movies that are star superheroes, as well as horror, as well as fantasy, as well as sci-fi. Now, the question is there a genre you have not touched base yet?
Not really. I do most. I mean, I'm an actor, and I enjoy doing a diversity of roles. And sometimes they're criminals, sometimes they're priests or doctors or responsible people. And that, for me, is the essence of being able to do anything. And I think being an actor gives you permission to play a whole bunch of different things. Now, obviously, as you get older and you do more and more, people identify you with certain types of movie. So I'm beginning to sort of get buttonholed a little bit in certain things, but I don't mind that. I just try and work within the constraints and try and change it up a bit.
Well, before we start signing off here, my friend, any future projects you want to go out there and plug and then let people know what to look forward to?
Yeah, I'm working right now. I'm shooting in Chicago. I'm doing a show for Amazon Prime. It's called Patriot. We shot a pilot in Montreal in September, but we're shooting the actual series in Chicago. And I think it's going to be very interesting. It's got a kind of an offbeat, deadpan humor about it. It's kind of like, if you can imagine The Office meets Breaking Bad, it's kind of got like a off-kilter, deadpan humor. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm a part of one part of that whole story arc.
Okay, well, that's something I kind of look forward to. I mean, that sounds really interesting, actually. Well, this is Les Mac once again, signing off for 2GeeksTV. And thank you, my friend. I truly appreciate this.
Pleasure. Thank you.
And all you, hey, don't forget, keep on, geek it on. Keep on geeking on.